I don't know where you even want to start. I've got leftover stuff from last week we didn't cover. There's just been like the world is falling apart. I'm now more convinced than ever that there's going to have to be a separation, like hopefully peaceful separation between parties.
I don't know. I still between parties.
Well, not
you mean
political parties, just like people wanting individualism and freedom, and people want to go in the Marxist route. And I don't know. There's a way to solve this.
I have not given up hope. I think it's both good and bad that my old belief system has flooded the world in the past couple of weeks, because it's bad in that you're seeing every part of the system, which is funny considering that they're always claiming systemic biases, right? But the whole system is supporting my old ideology. Every company, as you mentioned in the last episode, Ashley Ray Goldenberg did a list on Medium of every corporation that is speaking the ideology now, and Medium deleted her article. And it was everyone you can imagine, every single company.
I have some news about that, actually, Carrie.
Really?
Would you like some news about the Ashley Ray?
Yes.
Or some interesting information? So,
yes.
To get the Ashley Ray stuff, I went to Internet Archive, Web Archive. I'm going to play a video of me going to the Internet Archive. So this is the Wayback Machine. This is just a video of it. This is a screen capture of what I did previously. So go over here. This is the article. If you'll notice, that happened really quickly. So let me back up. If you notice, I click on it. The article's in their archives, but bam, they remove it and say 404. I'm going to do it again. We do it again for another date, and it takes longer. The article shows up, and then it's still loading something. It's like, hey, should we be censoring this? Bam, yes, we should. 404. So the Internet Archive is actually censoring her article.
Wow. Yeah, okay, we've been wondering about Wayback Machine, if they've been converged upon or not by SJWs. I would say
this looks like a yes.
Makes me think maybe yes.
This looks like a yes. So, by the way, I do have her article. If you ever want to look through it, I have the version with 266 companies, but it's basically everyone.
Yeah, it's basically everyone. I've seen it. So, but to get back to my point, it's both bad that it's everywhere, and you're seeing every part of the system, every corporation capitulate and say the words. Most of them doing it just because it's in vogue and this is for money, right? But every celebrity, every part of the cultural elite, every person in the Democratic Party pretty much is speaking this now. What's most discouraging, people in your life, friends and family who have never spoken it before, who have now been activated and are speaking it. I get all of that is bad. But on the other hand, there's some good that's going to come from this. I think they are massively underestimating how many people, how big of it's like boiling a frog. They've been planting the ideology for decades, and now they've reached a point where they're activating it everywhere. But I think they still did it too early. I think there's going to be a massive backlash of people who find this, whose eyes are finally open. Because I know, like you, Carter, a lot of the people I'm hearing from are people who, for the past 4 years, have been very skeptical about what I'm talking about, and like, oh, you're making a big deal out of nothing. Oh, this is just in colleges. Oh, and now those people are listening, and they're like, yes, something is really freaking wrong here. So there's some good in this, and that I think it's going to wake up a lot of people. I just don't know yet. I mean, I don't have a crystal ball. You don't. We're bad at making predictions sometimes.
Yeah.
Some of my predictions are good. Some of the political ones about like who's going to win the Democratic. Yeah. But anyway,
I don't know. I mean, the majority of people don't agree with this. But the majority of people have also been trained to just shut up and go along and kind of don't lose your job, keep your mouth shut. And they're pretty vociferously attacking anyone who even questions. Like you showed me a Conan O'Brien clip of your what was the guy's name? Your ex
Oh
client.
gosh, one of my former clients is comedian W. Kamau Bell, and he's a professional SJW. The ideology comes first, then the comedy, which is that was true for my career as a comedy manager. My ideology came first, then comedy. I tended to pick comedians who spoke my ideology, like he did. The last thing we sold together before we parted ways was the show he's on CNN currently. But anyway, he is out preaching. Of course, this is what he does. He makes a living off of. This is the way I think of professional SJWs. They make a living off of the perception of the world being as bad as they're saying it is. And if you're never going to reach a point, and in fact, he said, and I've seen other SJWs say, like, racism will never be eradicated. No, it probably won't. It's just not as awful as you're trying to say it is. We were living in one of the best periods you could imagine, I would say, in terms of where we progressed in society, and they're trying to say that's not what's happening. But anyway, he sells this belief system. So he went on Conan, and then that led me down a rabbit hole of looking at Conan O'Brien's timeline on Twitter, and it's sickening, but it's just cringeworthy and sad. And every video, I don't know if you guys have been following, I used to love Conan. Every video is like the one he did with Kamau, where he's talking with SJWs in one-on-one, these really awkward conversations. And they're kind of you're witnessing someone being converted. That's what's really creepy. Go watch some of these videos. So the one with Kamau, at one point, we talked about how there's a lot of analogies between my old ideology and religion. They borrow a lot from religion. So the concept of original sin, for them, it's privilege. You have to confess your privilege. So in this video, a couple creepy things. One of them is he says, "Are you ready to accept and believe that this country is run by white supremacy?"
Jesus Christ into your heart. Oh no, that's not what it was.
Yeah. Are you? Yeah, exactly. It makes you think of the conversation. Are you ready to accept Jesus as your personal savior? That's what he's asking him. But it's, are you ready to accept this ideology as your personal savior?
Are you gonna join the cult?
Yes, joining this cult will save you, right? And then the other really creepy thing is, he assigns him an author that he likes, a professional SJW, to be in charge of Conan's whiteness and, interrogating his whiteness. And it sounds funny and they kind of laugh about it, but he's serious as well. He's serious.
Of course he's serious.
And if you check out Conan O'Brien's timeline, there's like all these videos, just like the one with Kamau. There's other ones. And then this woman who's now in charge of his whiteness, talk about once you apologize and bend the knee and convert, they make further and further and further demands of you. So now this woman's like tweeting at Conan and his official Team Coco account all the time with things that she wants him to retweet, and things he needs to read. And he's like dutifully retweeting them. Like his whole account has been taken over he's just an SJW mouthpiece now. I'm like, where's the comedy, dude?
Yeah.
And but the video was really skin crawly. Is because you're watching someone be converted into a cult. I'm very glad they put the videos up so you can see the process of Conan becoming one of them.